Hey guys, it's your boy, Condition, better known as Specialist View. You click this because you want some information. You've got questions, I have answers. Before we jump right into going back to basic combat training for a second time, I want you guys to know this is based off my personal, me as Specialist View. These are my personal beliefs, okay? My experiences. I went through basic training the first time in 2008, went back a second time in COVID-19. So bear with me. We'll get to some stuff, but first let's get business out of the way. Oh, shit, we're back. All right, didn't see you there. So again, guys, before we start, like, comment, subscribe. All right, if you like the video, put it out there. More people that watch, more subs, means more information gets put out to more people who need it. Again, the title is Basic Combat Training for a Second Time. So if you're going for the first time, this might not be relevant to you. But going back second time, it's definitely going to help you out. I know when I got on YouTube and I was going back in, there wasn't a lot of videos for me to look at. There was a few good ones, but most of them kind of just ended after they got the MEPS and swore in, and they were like, hey, I'll see you in 3 months after basic combat training. So COVID-19 was a big issue. Just as far as testing, as far as delaying things, at MEPS and on, all the way through basic combat training, to from reception to all the way till graduation. Just everything was different. You get to MEPS, they can't send the 100% occupancy at the MEPS that I went to. That was kind of stressful because, maybe you could have shipped up on a certain day, but they're at their, half, 50% capacity or whatever it was, and you get kind of bumped to the next day or the next week. All in all, though, MEPS is pretty much the same. You just have in the morning, you get up. Well, first off, when you get to MEPS, let's just get to the meat here. When you get to MEPS, you have, right when you show up to the hotel, they walked you in a side door, had you fill out some paperwork, took your temperature, and kind of like any signs and symptoms of COVID-19. You don't have them, cool. They tell you to keep this piece of paper. You go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and you do pretty much the same thing again. And then right when you get to actual MEPS, the MEPS station, then you do the same thing. You go through your paperwork and you're on your way. Super easy. So I shipped out September 1st of 2020. So I mean, we're deep in COVID. I shipped to the 120th AG, the Adjutant General, at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. You get there. I think I flew into Atlanta, drove a few hours. Super simple. If you've never flown before, you get grouped up into small groups of people. One person's like your group leader. If anything happens, they call a certain number. They tell them what's going on. If you missed a flight, if your flight was delayed, that kind of stuff. But get to reception. It's early in the morning. You do a partial issue. So they'll give you like your PTs, your physical training uniforms, which now they're no longer the gray ones with the black letters that we all had. They're black and yellow, looking like bumblebees, tactical bumblebees. I like them though. It's a sweet look. So you do that. You wake up the next day and you start your processing. Processing at MEPS when I first came in. When I first came in, I came in 2008. It was January 2008 is when I first joined the Army. It was a 3-day process, and they have these big boards. They have a big room you go into with big boards, and it tells you what each day is of the 3 days of what you're going to be doing. You get shooken down and stuff, so you can't have any kind of alcohol. So you can't have alcohol, tobacco products, alcohol including alcohol in your mouthwash. You can't take that with you. They even make you take your nail files or your toenail clippers and you break the little sharp part off because they can't have you hurting yourself or hurting someone else. Don't understand that, but hey, if it's a process, it's a process. But I was there for 14 days because there was such a backlog of people. There was probably 500-600 people there. What it seemed like, I mean, I didn't count heads, but it seemed like 500 or 600 people there. which was just a lot of people to process, and they only pick up, a few platoons a couple times a week. So it's kind of a backlog, but it is what it is. You got to go through the process. Those of you guys who have already, enlisted, the Army's kind of a waiting game, but all in all, it's an easy process. It just takes time, which COVID, I think, has benefited those of us prior service, because, my honest opinion is that once COVID happened, it was a lot easier for me to get through the process. That's just how I feel, that it kind of sped up. Maybe it's just good timing, or maybe it's COVID, or maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm probably crazy. Anyway, guys, again, this is part one, just telling you kind of about MEPS and stuff. So I hope this helps. It's not a super long video. There's going to be more videos about actual basic combat training and graduation and all the changes with combatives and the Forge and FTXs and all that. Those are coming up in other videos, but thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I hope it kind of helps you out as kind of the steps it's going to take and how it's going to go being prior service going back. Again, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel in the comments section. Hit me up. Let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks.